Ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. Tonight, even though we didn't start eating till about midnight, I'm going to show you. That is lentils. We made basically no meat. I mean, there's no meat in it. We didn't have vegetable broth, so we used chicken broth. But I think it's a little salty.
Maybe for the broth.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah. Well, if it's from the broth, we could add some water to it and dilute it. Yeah. Because the actual amount of salt, I was really careful because I don't like salty food. Even though for some reason I sometimes make food too salty. But it's made with lentils. Now I've never cooked lentils before. So...
You should have cooked them a little bit longer.
Or
maybe soaked them?
Yeah, probably soak them for a little while. So they're a little crunchy. Some of them, a lot of them.
They're not too bad though.
I was also thinking we made homemade taco seasoning. Why spend the money on stuff like that when you can make it yourself?
Buy the stuff, the bulk stuff cheaper.
Yeah.
Bulk ingredients cheaper.
So this is good. The lentils are a little crunchy. Not like rocks or anything, but
they're not exactly. They're like 90% tender.
Yeah. They have like a bite to them, I guess you could say. They're not bad. I think I'll make this again if Carolyn wants it. But I always play with recipes. I never follow a recipe exactly. So I'll do something about reducing the salt. And this is good for us. This is good for us. This doesn't have, all the sugar and fat and stuff in it. I used olive oil. Okay, I'm from Spain. What do you expect me to use? I use olive oil. I use garlic. Now, when we first moved here, I was using a ton of garlic, and Carolyn was like, oh my gosh. But then she found out that we have vampires here. And that's why I use garlic so much, is because it wards off the vampires. The two town cops, they're both vampires. That's why they're only out at night. And the town hall is only open at night because the people who work there are vampires. So that's why we use a lot of garlic. They don't try and touch us because we use so much garlic. And yes, this called for 1 clove of garlic. I use 3.
No, you're afraid I'll bite you.
Well, I wouldn't mind if you bit me.
I'm into a vampire.
So, anyway, that's all I wanted to do was show you this. Tacos. I could have, these are flour tortillas. That woman right there, she's from Illinois. And before she met me, she had never made a tortilla in her life. Guess what? She makes them better than I do. She makes corn tortillas and flour tortillas way better than I do. And you would think that making a tortilla, it's not that...
I struggle with corn tortillas. They're not as flexible as flour.
We had corn tortillas, but we ate them. So
they're more of a stiff dough.
Yeah. And I could have taken the flour tortillas. We only had 4, so we're out of them now too.
Oh God.
And fried them up, but crispy taco shells are better if they're corn tortillas instead of flour. But I've made them with flour before. Still works. But I like this. There is something to it. I don't know, salt. That's what I'm thinking. Salt. Because I have a tendency of making things too spicy. Not for me, but for Carolyn. this recipe called for 2 teaspoons of Oboto sauce, which I used, and 1 whole that chili in the Oboto sauce. Anyway, I can't.
Poblano?
No, not the poblano. That would be.
No, can't think of it.
Anyway, it's a very hot chili. The way the recipe reads, it calls for 1, but it says to reduce the heat, cut in half. Use half. So I used half a chili instead of a whole chili. I think, for Carolyn.
It's okay.
I mean, I can always still reduce some. I could have put maybe 1 teaspoon instead of 2 teaspoons. And I put cheese on it. It's white cheddar. It's all we have left. And it's still early in the month, and we're like broke. And
no, we're halfway through.
Oh, we are?
14.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay, good. We cannot find the money orders for the internet/cable, and the electric, and we need to find those, and we need to call them and let them know.
I don't know what you did with them.
Yeah, I thought I put them here, but I mean, I'm the one who had them last, so it's on me. But
I think you ate them.
Well, I eat a lot of things. There was a bear out there last night.
Eat the bear.
And I just grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and wrestled him when I was taking Wing Chun, my Sifu. He taught me the bear form, so I used the bear form against the bear.
No, actually it was a chipmunk.
A chipmunk. Chipmunks! Chipmunks are huge. They're like that big.
They're almost like a hamster.
Lucky likes them, of course. He likes...
They're like a tall hamster.
Yeah, they're cute. They look like almost like miniature...
Like a hamster with a stripe down his back.
Yeah, and they have a tail, about that long?
About 2-inch tail, maybe.
Yeah.
That's the ones who get lucky and have a long tail.
Yeah. Well, anyway, people, bye-bye. Oh, they're the smallest
rodent
of the squirrel family.
Yeah.